Welcome back to the Kaspa Silver YouTube channel. Today's video, we have a load of news topics to cover, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. First off, the Kaspa price currently is sitting at 0.1685 cents, and this is equivalent to a 12.7% gain in the last 24 hours. And also in the last 24 hours, the volume is sitting at $225 million. And this puts us at a market cap of $4.24 billion, with the current ranking being number 28. The current supply of Kaspa is sitting at 25.18 billion, and this is equivalent to about 87.76% mined. And our hash rate currently is sitting at 1.28 exahashes, and the highest hash rate we've ever seen on Kaspa so far is 1.44 exahashes. The current block reward for Kaspa is sitting at 78 Kaspa, and the next reward is going to be 73 Kaspa per block, and this is going to be happening in the next 16 days, and that reduction will be on the 4th of December. The current active wallet addresses for Kaspa is sitting over 500k finally, and it's sitting at 511,485, and then our max TPS to date is still sitting at 1,178 TPS. If we go to the KRC20 tokens over here and scroll down, you can see that there's been over 80.5 million transfers, and this is equivalent to about 99.5 million Kaspa in fees, and the total amount of tokens that have been deployed are closely approaching 1,400 tokens, sitting at 1393 right now, and the 24-hour trading volume of KRC20 tokens is sitting at 14.97 million. If we head over to Kaspalytics over here and take a look at the inactive supply, you can see that in the last 3 months, we did have a little bit of another drop off here recently, but this still puts us at 61.59% of the supply not moving in the last 3 months. In the last 6 months, it's sitting at 48.14%. In the last year, looks like it's hitting a new all-time high at 26.55% not moved in the last year. In the last 2 years, also at an all-time high, 7.59%. And then recently, because of the Kaspa birthday that just passed, we now have a 3-year chart of the inactive supply, and this is currently sitting at 0.56 of the supply. 0.56% of the supply has not moved in the last 3 years. So now let's go ahead and get into a lot of posts on X of just different news for Kaspa. And the first one being the one that we've been waiting for is Kraken is finally listing Kaspa tomorrow, November 19th at 1400 UTC. And there are going to be some geographic restrictions. There are a few states in America that Kraken is still not available to, but I will be making a video on how to buy Kaspa on Kraken, and I will be showing you guys those states that still cannot access Kraken in the US. But you could see here that Kraken pretty much waited till the very last second to list Kaspa and literally gave Kaspa their own word search. There was literally nothing else other than Kaspa, but people were begging Kraken to list Kaspa, and you can see here they said, when Kas, you asked a million times. And I said down here, made a word search exclusively for Kas, gotta save the best for last, I see. And then I also decided to take a look at this post because when they released this, I instantly was like, let me go ahead and look at the metrics, like the views, and see how this will perform on their page. And so I said over here, Kas, I decided to investigate a few of Kraken Pro posts regarding sneak peek at next week's listings. And what I found was pretty crazy. If you look at all the screenshots, you can see that each post was able to hit over 100k plus views, and one of them hit 192k plus views, but this was posted back in September. Today, Kraken Pro announced they are listing Kaspa next week, and this was not only able to surpass the 192k plus viewed post posted back in September, it did it in just over an hour. The attention that Kaspa receives is quite crazy, and it just goes to show that something special is really happening here. And then literally after I posted this, I said right here, after I posted this, it has already hit 208k plus views now, and recently it actually has hit over 1.1 million views, and now this post on Kraken is the most viewed post on Kraken that they've ever posted. So that's really crazy that because of Kaspa, it brings this kind of attention. And it just, like I said, really shows that something special is going on here. And then other people were pointing this out. I haven't really personally done the research, but it looks like other people have. But this user here says Cas is the only coin in history to be listed on Kraken before Binance, except BTC. So literally only Bitcoin and only Kaspa are the only coins that got listed on Kraken before Binance. And then it says Kraken's listing announcement had the most views out of any announcement, almost 1 million. Now it's over 1 million. And this person says, you may call it just another coincidence, but somehow they keep happening. And truly, they do keep happening. There's a lot of coincidences when it comes to only Bitcoin and only Kaspa achieving certain things. Next, we got a lot of other listings that have happened recently for Kaspa. So here is talking about CoinStore is going to be officially supporting the Casplex protocol. So now they're going to be listing KRC20 tokens on CoinStore. Over here, we got an announcement that xt.com is going to be partnering with the Kaspa Ecosystem Foundation and helping creating a KRC20 DEX and wallets. And this is going to be sponsored by KEF. So xt.com is another exchange that is just pitching in and trying to help Kaspa get that type of adoption. And then over here, the Kaspa Ecosystem Foundation announced this other DEX that is also going to be funded by KEF in developing a DEX for Kaspa, but it's called KFC or Kaspa Finance Central. And this is not Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's what I thought at first, but this is going to be Kaspa Finance Central, and it says is the top leading DEX plus DeFi platform building on Kaspa ecosystem, the biggest marketplace on KRC20, and this is going to be backed by KEF. So more information is going to be coming out about this initiative over time. Next, we have Hotcoin, which is another exchange that decided to list Kaspa on spot. You can see that the trading pair they launched was the CAS USDT pair, and this happened on October 30th. Over here, we have a new integration called Paxful, and it says Paxful is a P2P marketplace where you can buy, sell, send, and receive crypto and local currencies, and they recently added Kaspa on there. We also have CoinDX, which is something that is not really that well known. It's a very small profile here, but they did announce that they launched Kaspa on here as well. And I do just want to point out as well, I asked, is this the wrapped version of Kaspa? And they said the wrapped Cas indeed. So this isn't the native coin of Kaspa, but instead just a wrapped version. So just be mindful of that. But personally, I really wouldn't use this platform here. Next, we have another exchange called MekaSex Global, and they announced new listing trading pairs. They did not only list USDT, but they also listed USDC and a Doge pair for Kaspa. And this happened on October 22nd of 2024. And then over here, I want to remind you guys that there is that event happening in Australia where you have the Kaspa crew coming over to speak about Kaspa. You have Jonathan, the founder of Kaspa. You have Shai, one of the core researchers of Kaspa. You also have Wolfie, who is behind the listings of Kaspa. You also have Chad here, who is one of the people behind like the marketing aspects of Kaspa, that's always creating the visuals and the videos and all that kind of stuff. You have Luke, one of the community members, and then JW also going to be here in Australia. So this is going to be happening November 23rd to the 24th. And hopefully we do get videos of this event because I do really want to tune in and see what they say. Over here, we have an update on 10 blocks per second on Kaspa. You could see here that they say development update, PR, add KIP10 transaction, introspection, opcodes, 8-byte arithmetic, and hard fork support. This has officially been merged, and it says the introduction of these new opcodes enhances the flexibility and functionality of the Kaspa scripting language. In terms of the Crescendo roadmap, this was the last major milestone before moving to the 10 BPS node configuration and hardware spec stage. So we are very close to the launch of 10 BPS, and it does look like we are going to be seeing a Q1 release of 10 BPS as long as the development continues moving along as it has so far. I also just wanted to point this out that Satoshi Club, which is a pretty big account holding about 123,000 followers, decided to talk about Kaspa, saying that Justin Kraken announced the listing Kaspa currency, and it says Kas has a 3.5 billion market cap, but it's not yet listed on Binance. And I said down here, the wonderful fair launch of Kaspa forces exchanges to have to build their own supply of CAS to list. No VCs or companies behind CAS that printed up a supply for themselves. It has also solved the trilemma. No sacrifice is made while it remains fully decentralized, secured, and scalable as a proof of work system. CAS is making history in the cryptocurrency space. And people are seriously waking up and realizing that, hey, Kaspa's not even on these major exchanges yet, but yet it's still able to climb up in the ranks in terms of market cap. And then last but not least over here, Kaspa Currency announced that the Kaspa community was approached by Ballet Crypto via Kaspa KEF at the end of July to integrate Kaspa into a cold storage limited edition custom designed silver coin to celebrate Kaspa's 3rd year. The details, the story behind the design by the Rhubarbarians, and the link to reserve are here. So if you are interested in looking into maybe picking this up, I might even do this because this is going to be a pretty nice collection to have, but it's also going to be a cold storage type of silver coin because I believe it's going to be loaded with a certain amount of Kaspa already on it. And you're going to also have access to that Kaspa so you can move it around. But you could see that Ballet Crypto is known for making physical Bitcoins and basically loading them up with a certain amount of Bitcoin already. So you can see there's a 250,000 Bitcoin and it's loaded with a certain amount of Bitcoin. And then you could buy this coin. And then you also have them come in just different versions. And the reason why they may be a little bit more expensive than the actual cost of that amount of Bitcoin is because they are also giving you this in either gold, silver, or brass, or some kind of metal that has some little bit of value. So this is a really interesting design, and I may be looking into picking up one of these myself. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And before we go, if you guys are interested in getting yourself a cold storage device for Kaspa, if you go to the description and click my link tree right here, you can get sent to a website that has links to all of my socials and also different wallets you can take a look at for Kaspa. And if you choose the Tangem wallet Kaspa brand, you can see that there's 258 wallets left of this limited edition that has the Kaspa logo on the Tangem card. And if you use the code Kaspa Silver at the checkout, you can get 10% off your order, and I'll also receive a commission for this, and it greatly does help support my channel. But Tangem is a great cold storage wallet device to allow to store your Kaspa offline and off exchanges. If you ever keep your crypto on exchanges, you don't actually own your crypto, and it is so important to self-custody your crypto so you actually have full control of your Kaspa or other cryptocurrency. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here, and as always, don't be average, be different.